Hello everybody, my name is Christian from Berlin. What is rock piano? Rock piano is hitting the rhythm with meatballs and then throwing the ketchup bottle after that. It's not about building up, it's not about sophistication or like something diddly. It's right in the money, right in the energy. Rock music is about energy. I'm going to explain you the most important elements you need to know. Let's go, rock it baby. Rock it. Welcome to my rock piano tutorial. First of all, we have to settle the question about the left hand. What do? Depending if you're playing alone in your basement with a leather jacket, pretending to be a rock star, then of course you need an accompaniment in the left hand, and you take what I took, like it's a rock pattern. Actually, it's a traditional blues or rock guitar pattern, and we steal a lot from guitarists. It's guitar music. So this, and then there's of course also the eighth bass, like. So this is the other one. It's a bit harder. Depends on the state of your wrist. If you're like loose and relaxed. So these are my two suggestions. If you're playing in a band. Well, what does the rock keyboarder do in the left hand? Not much. Very often he's just resting his hand and pretending to play something like the root of the chord, but it's often not. You cannot hear it. Mostly it's in the right hand. In the middle you have the guitars like scrambling, and so the frequencies are all covered, and they just play like and the mixer of the band is probably pulling out all frequencies here so that you cannot even hear it, unless you agree to have a hook line, a riff you play together. For example, you can play, the guitarists are playing like, and the song wants that, and you practice like that, you rehearse like that, then you can play together if it's synchronized with either the bass or the guitarist, or you have a certain like whatever line, and you have agreed with the bass player to play the same. Otherwise, you just leave the left hand resting. You can pick your nose, or you can check your emails with the left hand while you do this, or check Tinder. Okay, so that's the entry. Now, rock piano is eighth bass. It's really going for the meat. It's like ba 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 ba. Don't try to be smart and play like tricky, sophisticated stuff. It's not sophisticated music unless you play in the 70s of prog rock and your Keith Emerson from Emerson and Lake and Palmer. Otherwise, it's high pressure, you know. The drum is high pressure always. The guitars, it's a guitar music. There's energy, and you have to enter right with the, with the money. Like it's about getting through, and you have to find the ways of getting through, and that is, a lot of it is with octaves or sounds that really get through. And here is very little to do for you, because ask a guitarist if he can play low volume for you, and he will look at you like you're a Pokemon or a blue pig flying by. If at all he is looking at you. They don't even know that the verb turning down volume exists. So they are doing their stuff here, and you have to be like in the brilliant register up here. Now, I will get through a couple of elements, and they're really straightforward in rock piano. We have a couple of rhythmic elements and fancy stuff. Most rock solos are a mix of blues scale and also pentatonic or like major blues scale. We have the blues scale you can hit on depending on the piece and depending on the taste of the what the composer wanted or what the original sounds like. Mostly that. So you can play like. You see, I use eighth notes of the blues scale, but then you have also might have like, and I use the A, which is from the pentatonic, from the major pentatonic, or in the major blues scale. You see, and we have even like a. The C, D, and E flat, you know, they are in the blues scale. The D is not. The D is in the major pentatonic. So you see, major 6 and blue note, and the D, which is not blue note. You see, it's a mix, baby. It's all in the mix. The strict separation between blues scale and major blues scale or pentatonic is mostly for the student. It's a categorization for the student. In practical use, it's very often a blend of these sounds. Okay, let's start with the elements. So let's see how I start. You are going really straight into the face of your opponent, which is the band. You know, how do you call it? Straight in your face, right? It's like ba 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 da 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 da. So the bass is the basis is the eighth, really like ba 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 trill. By the way, you can use I use the chords like C, E. This typical rock chord and the F like but you can use them also on all other chords, like you can just play whatever. It starts with G, F, and then C. Okay, so that's really universal, unless it's art rock and you're going through 12 different keys and 3 different tempos. Now, so whatever you do, the feeling is eighth whip in your face, and we have few elements in between. Like for example, you can play like. So that's also a really rocky element, like you and reinforce the eighth feel by playing these da 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 da. You see the eighth feeling is prevailing, but you give it a little push with these da 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 da. And already I will show you an element that is coming later in the short solo I played for you. Which is the drone lick. It's very effective and it's high energy because you always play 2 notes at a time together with the C. You play notes of the blues scale that is underlying the C. So you can play. My blues piano students from the channel know that already, and it's quite high energy and it's like everywhere. So you could play like. You can really improvise with these. You can just play a little bit of drums here, like. That is also coming in the at the second part in my little solo, so you know already what it is. Like always this with each note of these. Can also take the other way. in between always these bap 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 or bam bap 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 bam bap 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 bam bap 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 bam bam bap 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 bam. And here we have the other power sound you will see in my little solo is this one. High energy, we have the root, the 5 and the 7, and if you can, you play the clash here with the slide here. And here we have another rhythmic element that is important, the 8th syncopation. So we now know 8 bam 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 bam. You hear? That's the 8th syncopation. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. It sounds familiar to you, right? Because it's, you have heard it so many times. Like, you know, the first rock piano solo I really adored was John Lord with Deep Purple and My Woman from Tokyo. And that goes like, that solo goes like. Richie Blackmore takes over with his guitar. So we see all elements already in here. Is syncopation, here, and then power. And again, and syncopation. And our I think he's playing it up here, playing the drone. And it's short. Piano solos in rock music are short, unless again you're in the 70s and your solo is about 25 minutes long. You have a short chance to contribute high energy. And so we have, I showed you this one now, and the drone lick, and the rhythmic variations, and the 8th syncopation. Okay, that sounds rocky. It's groove supporting, you know. It's not funky. It's not going for the offbeats like. It's groove supported. It's down in the meat. Down in the meat is you're the catch-up. Get it? It's really here for, you know, for the down-to-earth stuff. Now, if it comes to clashy sounds to get through, you also shouldn't miss any possibilities like playing these clashes here. You see? Like, of course, this one, also this one. That's totally fine, but that you play these together, okay? Okay, just as well as these ones. Or now, you might have realized, and in fact I know you have, and your mouth is watering and your piano will be all over with saliva, is this one. Now this is for those who can play it. It's a very punchy roll down, a slope down coming from here, from the G flat and G flat down, the blues scale. Really punchy. The whole thing you should play punchy. Take the weight of your lower arm. Don't play a rock solo like this. You're like, here, my lower arm weighs about 12 kilos. And you should throw your arm in it. Like it's, you know, give it action. Like, here. Not like, okay? So, same with these. Okay. Do some workout if necessary, 10 minutes before. Now we have this clashy sound, and now we have this one. This is the roll down from the G flat, and this one is the roll down from the E flat, also along the notes of the blues scale. Again. And in fast, don't count this so much. Just start here on be on time here. You have to practice these. I won't go into detail with this one. Like, just make it from the wrist, and this gets the power. Is this the PowerPoint presentation? It starts from here. And the rest will roll off. Okay? But there are other ways of going down. So if you do something here, you always have to have a nice way down and also up. Another way down is, which you also saw in my solo, it's one of those chains, and we are going to unchain you. We start here. Bap, 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 bap. And from there on it repeats. 2-5, setting over to E flat and A, down to C, setting over to B flat and E flat, and there it just repeats. You basically just need these 3 fingers. So if you worked in a factory and these 2 are missing now, you can still play rock piano solo. So. And then of course I played it a bit faster in triplet. If you do it a couple of times, let's say for a year, you will have it. It's really easy to learn. It's just the snapping has to be a fast snapping movement here. But then it's really nice in the hand. Okay. While we are at it, at this, ways of going down and up, always, 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 before everything else, octaves. It's all octaves. Like you play something, you want to go up to your solo. Let's say the guitarist has just played his failing solo, and then it's your turn to win the audience back, and you start like we and then you start. Yeah, you can introduce your solo by, of course, also like, also possible, this doesn't need a tutorial, power slide, take care of your fingernails, maybe put like some corning glass on top or something else. So octaves, practice octaves. And the same we use to go down. You play something to finish your solo, like and here we are already in the finishing sector. And then the saxophone comes, or the singer. So you might enter your solo with a run up of octaves and get the energy down at the end of your solo, that you have a rough shape of your solo with, or as I did, put a little bit of these in your octaves, also nice. And so on. Okay, octaves, 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 octaves. So you know this run down, and you know the run up, and what else have we got? One rhythmic element that is also very nice is the ba 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 ba. What is it? Yes, you from Brazil over there? Right. They're triplets, they're 4th triplets, and very nice they can be. You play like, you see, I did that in the solo also, or like, feel it very often. It's like da, 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 da. It's not so easy and slow. Da, 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 da. It's basically 3-on-2. You have to learn that in a separate tutorial because that's a little topic on its own. If you can play it, it's really nice, especially if you don't have the left hand to bring together with these triplets. They're easier to play. Like we have this rhythm, bam, Can you feel the triplets? Can you feel it, baby? Now what you do is you put your solo together. You learn these elements, there are not many, and then you get a rough outline. Like you want to enter with, let's say, and then you want to play like then you plan the drone down. Yeah, so just tell yourself you play this, play a little bit of drums here, and make a next phrase, and then you play like and then you do like something to climax, which you have practiced separately. Maybe something also artistic, like I also played this. I'm going to show it to you now. It's this one. And play that at the last bit. So it's getting more and more interesting, but still, you know, it's a rock solo. Don't be too over creative. So what is this? It gives a lot of power. Let's see. Do it further down. I don't know if the camera is here. Take a one finger as a metronome. It's a little chain, you know. Okay, you got that, and then you speed up. And when you speed up, it will automatically happen that you cannot play each drone note here, so you just play. And this, once you got this little bit here, it's fantastic. It's a really great stuff, you know. You can play that with the minor 7, or and then you hear. So now that you have arrived here at the end, might mean you have learned a lot. I hope you did. I hope I explained it to you in a good way that you understood it. Now, if you get accepted in a rock band someday, it's really important to know a couple of guitarist jokes to piss them off. So here's my favorite. How do you know a guitarist is really good? He will tell you. Now, subscribe please. I'm here to teach you. That's my dream. And you are here to learn, so please subscribe for future tutorials. Thanks for watching. I wish you all the best from Berlin. Bye bye. See you in my next tutorial.